All right, bootstrappers, what's going on? And all of you's watching the replay. I'm Ryan Nickel coming at you with another Monday motivation, or as we like to say, Motivational Monday. All right, eating a little bit of my breakfast here. My wife made some gluten-free apple cinnamon sugar muffins. Cinnamon sugar muffins, that's what it is, yeah. Pretty good stuff. Anyway, all right, so I was doing some thinking over the weekend. You know, a lot of these Motivational Mondays are really self-inflict, in my self-interest. They're reflections upon myself that I thought, you know what, this is me, and I'm going to share with you thoughts and challenges that I'm having, and hopefully it'll help you as well. So last year was a fantastic year for us, financially. One of the best years that we've had, bar none. And I will make 2021 even better than that year. So with that said, I was thinking about the two main reasons why I do not achieve what I put my goal towards. Like, you know, if I have a goal set, typically if it's a goal that I'm going after, I'm gonna get it. So it comes back down to, okay, what do I really want but haven't really put forth the effort to get as far as the goal goes? And I started thinking about these two things, and I started thinking about it, and these two things popped into my mind. And I believe this is true across the board for a lot of people, that there are two reasons why you are not able to achieve the desires of your heart. And the first one is because of fear. And it's the fear of failing. It's a fear of failure. It's the fear that you are not good enough to achieve what it is that you want, that you're not worthy of it, that it's too good for you, and so why even try, because you're going to fail anyway. And so that fear of failure just lets you just stay idle, doing the same old thing that you're doing. So that's the first one. That's the fear of failure. And so what is the second one? Well, the second one, it's like a sister to the fear of failure. It is about faith. It is the lack of faith, the lack of belief that you can actually do it, that you can achieve it. And so it's those two things. It's the fear that, oh man, you know what? This is out of my reach, and so why even try? I'm gonna fail. And then the flip side of that is the lack of belief or faith in yourself that you can even do it. And so if you can't do it, why even try? And those things they're different. Don't get me wrong. They're very similar, but they're also different. And the difference is that if you focus on one and forget the other one will come and sweep the leg like Johnny Lawrence, and you'll miss out on the opportunity there. And so that's I'm looking at my life and I'm going, oh, you know what? This is so deep for me to be able to recognize that and to see that as an issue. It looks like I'm like tilted way back. I think that's my actual like magnet right here. I'll fix it. I won't do it right now, so you see my ugly palm on your face. I'll fix it after this video. But that's what I'm gathering from this, is that, okay, so if I want to fix this fear of failure, well, how do I fix that? Well, you know what? You got to just take action, because action will destroy fear every single time, except for when you don't take action. So taking the action, and I've proven this time and time again in my life, is that when I take action towards a goal, I may not go in a straight path to that goal, but I may deviate a little bit. Well, what happens is, because I'm taking action, I'm going to get insight, and I'm going to get understanding on what needs to happen and change, and what I can reconfigure to make it work in my life. And so without taking action, everything is theory. And I can theorize till the cows come home why something isn't working. But until I actually take that action step and get the inspiration and the feedback, is basically what it is. It's the feedback that comes, like, oh, okay, this one didn't work, I need to try this. It's the same thing of like, here I am doing 55, the cop right there in a 25. You gotta love it. Of course, she's tailgating somebody else, so that means that she's looking at somebody else's car, not mine. I'll slow down a little bit. So, think about it this way. I have 5 kids, and never once did one of my child, never once at any point when my child is starting to walk did I go, that's it, stay down, don't even get up, you're going to fall down again, stop getting up, stop trying. No, I'm like, come on, man, get back up again, you can do this, you got this, get back up. Like, what if that's what's happening all around us, and we're just like, I'm just not going to get up again. Because if I take another step, I'm going to fall down, and it's just not going to happen. So I'm not going to do that. I mean, like, seriously, like, a child doesn't think that way. A child gets up and goes, yeah, I'm going to do this, and take a next step and the next step. And what happens is eventually they get the balance down. They get the strength down. They get all of these things working, the coordination with their muscles and everything working so that they can actually take 2 steps and then 3. And then before you know it, they're walking all over the house, climbing into the cabinets, getting into the candy. At least that's what happens in my house. And they're running all over the place, just happy as can be. And so in your business, if you're afraid of taking that first step and falling down, then guess what? You're never going to have a business. You're going to have a hobby. You're going to have a little thing that brings in a little side hustle that brings in a little bit of money every now and then. But you're not going to have a business. And in order to get up and to walk and to eventually run and sprint, you're not going to be able to do that unless you take that first step. And so that's the first one. That's fear. That's how fear is holding us back. That second one is the belief. Now, this is a tough one because I'm a pretty optimistic guy, and I've set some standards, like, you know what, I'm going to do this, and I believe that several of those standards I've actually achieved. But it's like when I start dreaming like really big, like super big, like just somewhere so far away from where I'm at right now, it almost kind of just stifles me. And I'm like, oh, yeah, right. How am I going? And the question is, how? How am I going to get that? How am I going to do that? Well, I don't have to know the how. I don't have to know how I'm going to, or what I need to do. All I need to do is set that realization that that's what I'm going to do. Look at Elon Musk, for example. The guy wants to go. He wants to go to Mars. He wants to colonize Mars. He started with PayPal. He started before that. It was X.com that turned into to PayPal. Sold that off to eBay, and then went and started Tesla. Right now, he just surpassed Jeff Bezos as the richest person in the world. In the world. And it wasn't because he planned out everything start to finish. I mean, he has SpaceX in there as well, but he didn't plan everything start to finish and go, okay, X is going to happen, then Y, and then Z, and then all this stuff. Is like, no, he took steps that he set the intention of what he wanted, and then he took the steps to go that direction. And all these things have opened up in his path to take him there, but he's never lost sight of that. And so that's the thing, that's what's driving him. So for me to just go, you know what, that's just a little bit loftier than I think I can do. I have to really ask myself, is this something that I really want? Because if it's not something that I really want, then these thoughts and these desires that are pushing me down, that are saying, hey, that's not what you want to do, it's not for me. And so I got to really, dig deep and say, is this something that I want because I want it, or because someone else has it and I want what they have? That's the reality of my situation. Is like, okay, what does Ryan want versus, what does someone else think that Ryan should want? And, if that's not just consumerism 101, then I don't know what is. So thinking back down, okay, you know what? I've got my eyes set on some targets right now. I know exactly what it is that I want. So the belief comes into like, okay, do I actually believe that I can achieve those things? It's like this, if you're going to go and you're going to sit down on a chair, you're not going to make the effort to sit down if you did not believe that the chair would support your weight. I mean, that's just the logic behind our actions. We're not going to take action on something that we believe is not going to deliver the desired result. And so, for example, like if I had a chair made of like paper, like an origami chair, and I'm 200 pounds, 195 actually. If I were to go sit on that origami chair, more than likely it'll crumble, right? But if it was like a cement chair, I'd be standing on that thing, jumping on it, doing backflips off it, if I knew how to do a backflip, which I don't. But you get my point, is I'm going to take action on those things because I believe. I almost smashed this dude. I pulled into the driveway here, and he's standing behind a tree as I'm coming in, and then he walks. And so I almost didn't see him because he was in the tree. That wasn't because I was on a live stream. So anyway, we're all good there. So it comes down to, what is it that I believe is actually that I can actually do? And so for me, I have my goals and my desires and my dreams, and I know exactly what it is that I'm going after in 2021. And I actually believe that I can. And so now that I have the belief satisfied, and now that I know that all I have to do is just take that first step, what is preventing me from doing it? Absolutely nothing, actually. I'm actually making progress towards those goals. And so I wanted to share this with you, that if you're thinking like, man, how come I'm not where I want to be financially or emotionally or mentally or whatever it may be, spiritually, whatever it is. I mean, this is obviously a financial channel. We're talking about real estate here. And the motivation is, what is it? Is it one of those two things or both? Is it the fear of failure that, you know what, you're not going to achieve it, so why even take that first step? Or the belief that, you know what, I can't even, not even in my cards, not even in my lifetime, I can't do that. And that's all negative self-talk that needs to be reevaluated. But this is how you get past that, is one, the fear thing, take the action, and then two, look at the real desire. Like, is that a real desire that you have? Like, do you really desire that, or is it because someone else wants you to desire that? And what I've known from my own personal experience is that if the idea flashes into my mind, I know that that's true inspiration, and that's something I should go after. If it's an idea that I like, I'm like, I saw someone do this, and I think it's a pretty cool idea. You know what? I may achieve it, but my heart's not going to be in it because it wasn't a true inspiration that came to me that I can hold on to, that I can move forward with. So hope that helps you. Remember, you're just one deal away from changing your entire financial future. All it takes is one deal. And if you like these videos coming at you, go ahead and click the like button and subscribe. Make sure you're on the notification list so you get all of our updated videos every single time we put them out. I'm Ryan Nickel with Bootstrap REI, and I'll see you on the next one.